And logically, we have to tell you about the National Science and Maths Quiz. And that begins our first story because the grand final of the 2018 National Science and Maths Quiz, which will take place today, brings to an end weeks of keen contests involving students drawn from over 160 schools across the country. First-time finalists, West Africa Senior High School will battle it out with previous winners Adisadel College and the St. Peter's Senior High School. Well, here's a profile of the contestants who will be representing their respective three competing schools for today's finals. And we have to tell you, all of these contestants notably have hobbies, listening to music, watching movies, and playing video games. But it's not just only a game, it's a great competition. And the 2018 competition has been filled with some emotional moments. This is a picture story on the outpour of emotions at the University of Ghana Business School, one of the venues for the competition. These Pictures of scenes of trepidation, fear, elation, happiness, anxiety, etc. all there. And please, we'll bring you a lot more after the competition. That's the grand finale, which is taking place at the National Theatre here in Accra. And we're live there. That's a good thing about it. Myself and Mavi Oswabwaji will be on ground in the studio. Kojo Yankson and the sweet-looking and intelligent Bernice Abubedu will be right here in the studio. But for all the sights and sounds, please make sure that you stay with us regularly, monitoring our social media pages and also getting to watch what the previews are for that final. Remember, Adisadel College, they've been in the finals for the last 4 years. So what a great contest it is for them, as well as St. Peter's Senior High School. And of course, just close to us, West Africa Senior High School. The National Science and Maths Quiz, right here on the channel. But let's move on to Parliament, where minority members of the House Finance Committee are calling for action from government and the Bank of Ghana to deal with the fast depreciation of the Ghana cedi. The currency in recent weeks apparently has been on the decline, with traders now requiring some 4 Ghana cedis 80 pesos to buy just $1, from 4 Ghana cedis 20 pesos at the beginning of this year, or last year, 2017, when the Nanado administration assumed office. Deputy Minority Leader James Kluche Aveji wants government to rather fix the problem.
The value of the cedi will continue to depreciate, despite that we have the head of the economic management team, Dr. Baumia, who claimed to have the solution. I think that by now he'll now come to a realization that to arrest the fall in value of the cedi is not about presenting a paper. It's gone beyond that. We believe that by now, if what he said when they were in opposition of being able to solve the problem of the fall in the value of the cedi, we would have having a situation by now where the value of the cedi should rather be appreciating but not depreciating. But between January 2017 to today, or end of June, the value of the cedi has depreciated over 26%. So that tells you that...
And it's 4.8 now. Then
yeah, 4.8, then it was 3.8. So if the simple arithmetic is to subtract 4.8 from 3.8, you get a negative figure. Divided by 3.8 and multiply by 100, you get 26 and above. So that tells you the rate of the depreciation.
Well, what is contributing to this?
Yes, there are a number of factors. Factors in the sense that it is the demand and supply factor.
Okay.
Now in 2017, the price of the fall in value, or the price of the dollar, didn't go up quickly as we are seeing now because of the borrowing that they did in 2017 in dollars. Now the borrowing in dollar brought in dollar into the system, so it saw the supply of dollar. So they were able to meet the demand, and for that matter, the price was a bit stable. Now we don't have those again. So to solve this problem,
the bonds that...
Yeah, I'm making reference to the bond, the Ken bond, the 2.25 billion that they borrowed, were available for supply to the system. So, and that money, the 2.25 billion, will not be there forever. They have finished supplying that to the system. Now, we need more. If they don't borrow again to bring dollar into the system, they can't get supply, so the price will go up.
Before we get to solution, so the price will go up. It's 4.8 now.
It's 4.8. It's 4.8.
You think it will go higher?
Yeah,
before the end of the year?
It will go higher. If they don't go to make a big borrowing and bring dollar into the system, it will go to about 5.1 or 5.2 by the close of the year.
And that will obviously be worrying. Any suggested solutions?
Yeah.
But that's a rebuttal. Deputy Information Minister Kojo Nkrumah says, though the cedi has not appreciated against the major trading currencies, the economic dynamics prove that government is managing the situation better than the previous administration did.
If at the beginning the cedi to the dollar was 1 cedi to $1, it depreciated to 4 cedis to $1, that's a huge rate of depreciation. I haven't done the full math right here right now, but that's a huge rate of depreciation. If it further depreciates from 4 cedis to 4 cedis 80 pesos. Yeah. Of course, 4 cedis 80 pesos is unprecedented, but the rate of depreciation between 4 and 4.8 is way, way, way lower than the rate of depreciation between 1 and 4.
Who does this kind of explanation benefit?
It is for our mutual edification. And then it is also to get us to understand, therefore, what is being done to ensure that it didn't go from 4 to 8, but has gone from 4 to, let's say, 4.8. But that is not to suggest that this ought to be the perfect scenario. That is why I'm explaining to you that, therefore, these are the steps that we are taking to ensure that we're able to hold on and possibly even get to a point in time where the currency appreciates. What happens affects all of us. And it is our desire to ensure that the situation is arrested and doesn't degenerate. But it is important to recognize that something has been done that has slowed down the rate of depreciation so far. Because if those interventions had not been put in place, as I just demonstrated to you, how we have moved from 1 to 4, we'll probably be talking about the CD being about 8 by now. But we are talking about 4.8, which means something has been done to slow it down. It is those remaining items that we need to focus attention on and ensure that we succeed at, so that we don't slip any further.
So what's the plan going forward? You say that some interventions have been put in place for, the coming months, so we don't go any further.
We are not at that level where we're going to necessarily have to require injection of dollars into the system.
We're not?
No, we're
even
not
though this is an unprecedented situation?
Well, like I've told you, tomorrow if it goes to 4.9, it will be unprecedented because we've never hit 4.9 before. But if it's from 4.8 to 4.9, the rate is way lower than from 1 to 4, as we mentioned earlier. So unprecedented, in my view, respectfully, is not really the argument. What the argument is the efforts that are being put in place to show up our balance of trade and therefore balance of payment, so that we have a stronger currency in the medium to long term. But we're not at that level. I'm sure you recall a time ago where we had to issue forex instructions, etc. We are not there. We are pretty confident that with the kind of inflows that have come in, that are coming in, and the import bills that are coming in, the situation will normalize in the shortest possible time.
Look, we'll bring you more updates on this, but let's move to the health sector. And health workers at the Bawku West District Hospital, Zebila in the Upper East region, are forced to accommodate mothers and their newborns on verandas. And this is due to the lack of space at the maternity ward of the hospital. There are also chances or instances where women in labor have to lie on benches and also wait to be attended to due to the lack of beds. But all these will end soon because the Bawku West District Assembly has cut sort for the construction of a new maternity block, and this is scheduled to be completed in 5 months. Upper East Region correspondent Albert Sorry has more on this.
The maternity unit of the Bawku West District Hospital at Zebila is no longer able to accommodate all the pregnant mothers seeking healthcare services there. Healthcare workers say they are frequently overwhelmed by the large number of patients and sometimes have to improvise to be able to attend to everyone. In some instances, mothers in labor have to endure labor pains lying on benches until they are attended to. At other times, the maternity ward gets too congested and some patients are admitted on the veranda. Patrick Apania is Bawku West District Assistant Director of Health Services.
There are sometimes 2-3 people, 3 children or 4 lying on one bed. If they have any infection, skin infection or something, it could be transferred to the other ones. So that is the very biggest risk we have. And if women are not comfortable, it will not be good. They will not be able to deliver well. So they need to have a comfortable place to be able to deliver their children.
To help solve this problem, the Bawku West District Assembly has cut sort for the construction of a new maternity block for the hospital. Work is scheduled to be completed in 5 months. Before handing over the site for the construction, District Chief Executive for Bawku West, Victoria Ayamba, visited the current maternity ward where she interacted with patients and health workers. She said funding for the new block is from the District Development Fund.
We had an assembly meeting and we brought the issue up. And in fact, they agreed that they were to give the district a new maternity block. And I think today is the date that we are going to send the contractor to the site.
The Assistant District Director of Health Services for Bawku West, Patrick Apania, told JoyNews the new maternity block, when completed, would bring a huge relief to pregnant mothers and health workers at the district hospital.
Sometimes we get a lot of women who are coming to deliver. There are times the women have to sit on the veranda, waiting for their sitting on benches, waiting for their turns, and waiting for available bed, and then also waiting to deliver. So sometimes we are overwhelmed by less, and we are very happy this one has come to augment what is already there.
Albert Sorry, JoyNews, Sebila.
And for Tech Thursday, days of dysfunctional traffic lights could soon be over with the design of a single phase system by students of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. And the equipment gives off all three color signals of red, yellow and green from one source. And this also means a reduced production and maintenance costs ultimately if it's being used. Love FM's Kwesi Deborah interacted with the brain behind the innovation, final year physics student Bruce Christopher Konu.
From the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly to Metropolitan Waste Management Interception, Adum Road, and many other roads aligned with malfunctioning traffic lights. Traffic signals complement human wardens to ensure adherence to safety regulation on the roads. Malfunctioning traffic lights remain a major concern, especially among road users, due to the danger they pose to public safety. In the laboratory, Bruce has been working on cost-effective ways of building and repairing traffic lights.
You know, like when the traffic lights run into a problem, you have to go check all the faces to see which one is the problem. It's so much. So I talked to our supervisor who supervised the project. It's Dr. Tamaklo and also Dr. Donko that we have some new LEDs, RGB LEDs,
which represents initials of three primary colors, red, green and blue. The lights are fused together in various ways to reproduce a broad array of colors.
But then in traffic, we don't have anything like blue. So we do away with the blue color. And then we have the green and the red. Then with the primary colors, you have a combination of a little bit of the red and a little bit of the green. Then you have the yellowish color.
And the result is a single-phase traffic light.
Because of the cost of material, you know, with this one, you have like everything is cut down by 3. Maintenance is also reduced by 3.
The light is equipped with a GSM chip, which reports status of the machine.
The battery is like low or critically low, then it tells you that the battery is low. Then you can use your phone to shut it down. You can use your phone to put it back on. So anywhere you are in the world, you have access to it.
Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.
Oh, great innovation there. We need more of these, right? Okay, so talking about science students and all that, many of his younger friends, they are participating in the National Science and Maths Quiz. And of course, we're the official channel for you to get to know what the outcome of the grand finale will be. Remember, at Adisadel College, they've been in the finals or in the running to win the competition, that is, over the last 4 years. And also West Africa Senior High School. That was a great surprise for this year's competition. And somebody who also does a lot of work with St. Peter's said that they're one of the schools that could win the competition this morning, and they're also in the final. So myself, Mama Bioso Abuaje, will be on the ground. Kojo Yankson and Benis Abubedu will be in the studio. We'll bring you great insight into all the things you need to know from the beginning of the competition, how great our sponsors have been, and how great our coverage also will be. But please get interactive on social media, Facebook, JoyNews on TV, and also through our Twitter handle at JoyNews on TV. That's it for now. We have to do a review of the newspapers. Joseph Akablé is joining us. Our regulars, of course, myself, Mavioso Abuaje, Kojo Yankson, and Kojo is looking sweet. Well, he's a man, so Kojo is looking dapper, you know. We're taking a break. We'll bring you a review of the newspapers. Stay on.